Hi guys, welcome to Moonchild Serendipity Tarot. So today we're doing the 2020 prediction reading for BTS SUGA Yoongi. This time I'm doing this a little bit different to the other readings that I've done for Jungkook, Jimin, V, and J-Hope. So this time I've had the tarot cards in the timeline, like following the timeline of the year. So we will have the first three cards will be the first 4 months of the year, and then the next 4 months and the last 4 months of the year. And then we have other oracle cards to complement and give me more additional information for the tarot cards. First of all, when I look at all the cards in general, I can feel a really strong energy in terms of his career, and this is quite naturally because this year is a really big year for BTS. I also did a reading for BTS as the collective, but I think I would upload that as the last video of this series. But yeah, overall this year is going to be really strong for BTS, and very important as well, very special. But for Yoongi personally, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, I feel like he's finally achieving his goals, like his ultimate goals, the goals and the ambitions that he has never spoken about, but deep down in him he wanted it. He's been wanting it since he started, and to me the 9 is always speaking about getting to the final destination of a journey. So likely for Yoongi, he's been going through a lot throughout all the years. Throughout these 7 years, he's been going a hell lot of a ride. And when it comes to this year, to this point, this is where he's finally achieving everything that he has set out for himself. The Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. So Pentacles is speaking about like career, financial, and Wands sort of about like ambitions and drives, motivations, inspirations. So yeah, he's been working really hard for all of this. And also we also have the oracle from the Walk Your Light deck, and it says the Ace of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So yes, all the success and recognitions and reputation and fame, it doesn't come to him out of nowhere. It doesn't come all of a sudden. It has been like the result, the fruit of his journey. He's been fighting his way to this, to achieving this, and it's totally worth it. That the Knight of Pentacles is, to me, when I look at it, it feels like he finally can take a break from his battles. He has fought enough to earn his break. Now he can finally slow down and like let loose a little bit, just to look around him, and he's not driving too fast and too focused on his ambitions, on his goals anymore. He can finally, let himself enjoy other things that rather than walking. With the Knight of Wands, it feels like he's harvesting all of the fruit that he has put down the seeds for. So all the suffering, all the fighting, all the efforts and silent, the silent efforts that he's never spoken about is finally bear fruits, and he is harvesting it. He knows that he deserves all this, and it's great. Looking at the first the combinations of cards, we have the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Chalices, Seven of Chalices, Love is all around you, the Ace of Light. So yeah, I already talked about, you know, how he's achieving his goals and ambitions, but these cards also speak to me about opening himself up a little bit. So the Page of Chalices is like he's offering his cup to the river spirit. So to me, it's like when Yoongi can take a break away from his focus, visions, from the ambitions that has been driving him for years, when he's finally able to step back from it a little bit, he would be able to open himself up more to fans, to other people around him, to people who love him. He would be able to show himself, like show the vulnerable side of him, the loving side of him, the emotional side of him, to people. And he knows that he knows that he has love around him. He knows that fans love him. But somehow I feel like he doesn't fully believe that he deserves all this love and affections from people. He knows that he deserves his success, his like financial gains, or like fame, or he's been working his way up to the top. Now he knows that he deserves it, but he doesn't quite believe that this immense love and support from people is for him. You know, he still doubts that, and he's still afraid that it's all just an illusion. Because with the Seven of Chalices, everything feels like a dream to him up still to this point. It's not about his success, like the physical, or like the touchable, the scalable success, the amount of money he earned, or the numbers of awards he won. It's not about that. It's about the love and the support, and the affection and the recognitions of fans and of people towards him. It is what he has not been quite able of like grabbing a hold of. Like he cannot imagine, or he cannot bring himself to believing that is all true, then it is not just a dream. He's still kind of like, he wants to open up, but he's scared that when he's open up, it's gonna hurt, both in terms of like showing his affections to fans, and also like opening up to possibility of relationship, or possibility of significant people coming into his life. He's still quite closed off to that options, and he's still quite, he's afraid of getting hurt. That's what I'm hearing. But then we have I love you. So I feel like people around him has been showering him with love, telling him every day that he's loved, he's deserved of love. Even the fans, we can see it every day. It might be true that Yoongi stands are not as vocal or not as active as, let's say, Jungkook stan, or Jimin stan, or V stands, but those people as people are really strong people, and I feel like it's birds of the same feathers, like fly in the same flock. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah. So people who truly appreciate Yoongi are most likely like him. Like they are quiet achiever. They're very ambitious. They like really focus. They don't like to speak about things that they are not sure of. And also they don't really show their affections or their love in like an extravagant way. But it is surely there is very strong and very powerful. So I hope this year Yoongi will be able to like opening up more to them, like say he loves us more often. That's what I want to hear. Or just relax a little bit. Being more comfortable. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I want to tell him. And then we moved to the middle of the year with the Four Wands, Knight of Wands, and Two of Swords. Four Wands to me speak about celebrations, like strong foundations. It's like working together to build something stable and big and significant. So to me, it's still about BTS working together as a group. They're gonna keep going really strong, but it's also somehow tells me that Yoongi has built his way through connections in the music industry with like producers and other singers and other songwriters. He has a really big reputation in the within the producers in Korea and in the US. So he's still building that foundation is really strong for himself. He's creating his own brand as a producer. So I think that leads to the Two of Swords. It feels like the Two of Swords is someone who has to choose between the two things that he has in his hands. The two things that he is both good at, like excellent at. He can wield both the swords that he's having in his hand. He's totally capable of making an excellent craft out of anything that he chooses out of the two. So to me, probably Yoongi is would be put in front of decisions, like an important decisions regarding his career. He would have to choose between two directions, like which one would he want to go? Would he still want to be a performer, part of BTS, or would he want to be more of like a producer who works in studios and like not have to be in the spotlight too much? So I believe at some point I heard 1 or 2 years ago, or like even in last year, Yoongi said somewhere along the line that he doesn't really like being on stage. Wasn't his first intention. He wanted to be a music producer, but somehow he ended up on stage and he has learned how to be comfortable on the stage. But now I think he's very much a performer as much as a producer. He's good at both. He's excellent at both. So somewhere along the middle of this year, he would be put into the positions that he would have to make decisions. And then I think with the Chariot and the King of Swords, he kind of knows which directions he would want to go, and he would be quite determined when he's made that decisions. But then going back to what I said before about fans' love and support, we also have this card like the moment I realign with love, clear directions will be presented to me. The reason why I place it in between the Two of Swords and the Chariot is that I believe that when he looks at the fans' love and support and he recognizes and he realizes that it is true, it's not an illusion, it's not a dream, everything is true and everything is real, then he would be able to see clearly which way he would want to go. And I'm pretty positive that it would be to be continue to be on the stage, to be continue being on the stage, be a performer, being part of BTS, and he would still be able to like keep on producing. It's just not that he would turn into a professional producer. He would still producing songs for BTS and songs for other people, but then he would be recognized more, or he would be labeled, if I can use that word, as a performer on the stage, and he would be excellent at it. He's the king of swords. So once he will be able to see that, he will be very determined. He will be very clear with his visions, and then and he totally has the skills, and he has everything that it takes to be an excellent artist, whichever direction he chooses to go. And with the sun, it's like the decision will be worth it. Like whichever one he chooses, it will be phenomenal. Like it will be great, because the sun's is like, everything comes into harmony, and everything goes together and create this beautiful harmony, and happiness, and like joy to spread out to other people. So yeah, I'm pretty positive that he would still choose to be on the stage, to be SUGA and Yoongi as a performer. Looking at the oracle cards, we have these protections: call back your power and cut the cord, soul retrieval. I think that goes with the part where he's afraid to open up because he's afraid of getting hurt. So he's kind of like retrieved himself a little bit. But other cards urges him to look at the bright side, look at the positive side of fans' love and support, which is immense. The Moonology cards also also expect him, advises him to take time to breathe out and take adjustment when it's needed. So yeah, I think it's all goes along the line of choosing between what he started with and what he's building. He's always started with this intention of being a producer, and that is still in him. But 7 years down the line, he's now an excellent performer, and has been perfecting his craft. He's becoming the king of swords with performing, and as a part of BTS, he knows how important he is to other members and to us fans, and he's gotta know how much we love him. So I think when the time comes for him to make the decisions, he would be able to see it pretty clearly, and I'm pretty positive. The last card I have here also say, I do whatever it takes to be closer to consciousness. So yes, it advises him to listen to himself, to look into his heart and see what it is that he really wants. I know he has the answers. Answers always been there. He just has to look for it, and also open up to new love interest or opportunity if he can. So yeah, I think that's all I have for Yoongi for this year. I'll be doing other readings for the other members as well. So now I have Namjoon and Jin's left. I've already done the readings. I just need to like record the voiceover part, and also the readings for BTS Collective. And I will be uploading that soon. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did, and thank you for dropping in. See you next time.